Defining localization is usually not an easy task, but in the context of foreign aid, where a country is trying to send aid to Africa or some other continent to help them in development or humanitarian assistance, I would consider localization as any form of assistance or program that pushes the self-sufficiency of those that are receiving that sort of aid.
Localization is about participation. It's about giving more space to local and national actors, including the governments. It's about appreciating the local capacities. And localization is about providing opportunity for local and national actors to complement on the efforts of foreign actors or international actors.
I understand it to be a process of creating spaces and, more importantly, opportunities for Indigenous actors to take lead in crafting the visions for their communities and then taking actions towards those visions, taking power and control back to the Indigenous peoples of whatever community we are talking about.
It will be important for the local governments or the governments in African continent to come together and have guiding principles that can guide the streamlining of localization agenda.
I feel that there's not enough going on the continent that is strategic conversations around localization. And my fear was that we are sitting back again as African CSOs, waiting for folks in the global north to talk about these things and come up with solutions. We have to meet halfway.
When we talk about localization, various agendas are not well aligned. There is the international localization agenda that is more aligned to local civil society groups that receive funding from international sources. Usually governments also have their own agenda that sometimes gets alienated from the international agenda. And academics also study disaster response and management, but their findings are usually not fed into the government agenda. So to an extent, each entity is talking about localization in some form of self-sufficiency, but they are not well integrated, and the various agendas they have are not well aligned.
There has to be clear roadmap for transitioning from international actors playing more leading role to local and national actors taking that space.